Alright guys, right now the time is 6:13 in the morning, and look who I saw. The skunk is back and just waiting for those soldiers about to form up information and spray the hell out of them.
What is happening, guys? ARCHIEzzle here, and welcome to another video. As you guys just saw in the beginning of this clip or this video, private scheme, I always say private and scheme. I mean, Skunk Keem is back on the prowl, and he's out and about, probably outside. I'm looking out my window. He's probably there waiting to spray some soldiers, and that's not gonna end up really well. And before we begin to the main topic of this video, just a few notes. Thank you for the response from the last video. You guys are amazing. Thank you also for hitting that like button. I really appreciate you guys. I make these videos for you, not for anyone else. Maybe I guess for me, for just fun, because I like doing what I do. And now more stuff coming. Not just army stuff, but non-army stuff also. More variety, if you will. Also, I got an invitation from YouTube again to attend another YouTube content creator lab. It's basically a seminar training, you know, just for other YouTubers, other content creators to talk about stuff and meet other YouTube employees, you know, to better optimize your channel to achieve more views, make it more profitable, and make it more successful. Basically, I've attended like 2 of these before since I've been YouTubing, and this will be the 3rd one if I'm gonna be attending it again. And I guess there's only a few people in Austin, but since we're going to Austin, I was thinking maybe we can do a meetup if you live by the Texas Austin area, you know, just set an appointment or date or sometime. Hey, I would be so happy to meet you guys in person. Let's see if it works out. If not, whatever. Also, I'm on lunch right now. I guess it's kind of like a cheat day because we got burgers and fries for lunch here. That was from the DFAC. Those of you guys asking, like, what do they serve in the DFAC? They serve regular food. It depends on what station you're going to be at, but most of the time they're okay food. It's not bad. It's food. Food is food. DFAC food, Friday cheat day. 2 hamburgers or cheeseburgers and curly fries and some honey mustard. I don't know. I use honey mustard. Maybe I'm weird. All right, so I've been getting a lot of comments and questions about like what particular language do I have to know to get paid extra in the army. I don't know about other branches, but I'm assuming it's kind of similar, but we're mainly talking about army. And also people messaging me like they're from overseas, different countries or different places that don't really speak English as a primary language, kind of like the Philippines or Mexico or Puerto Rico or somewhere in Asia and whatnot. And they always message me, what if I'm not really proficient when it comes to like speaking English? If you guys don't know, I'm actually an immigrant. I was from the Philippines. But let me read you guys a piece of Army regulation, and I'm going to give you guys a screenshot. It's basically going to be coming from Army Regulation 600-20, it's Chapter 4-13. We are looking at the Army language policy. Let me read it for you. English is the operational language of the Army. Soldiers must maintain sufficient proficiency in English to perform their military duties. Their operational communications must be understood by everyone who has an official need to know their content, and therefore must normally be in English. However, commanders may not require soldiers to use English unless such use is clearly necessary and proper for the performance of military functions. Accordingly, commanders may not require the use of English for personal communications that are unrelated to military functions. This is kind of like a really useful tool. If I know you have to speak English or at least understand English to be in the Army, the US Army. But if you speak like a different language, like what I do, I speak Tagalog. I have buddies that speak Swahili. I got buddies that speak Mandarin and all that. And I actually went to a class for Pashto, which is an Afghan language. And knowing another set skill or another set of language when you're out and about, especially, even if you're not a Terp, even if you're just like a regular medic like me, or if you're like infantry or whatever, having extra knowledge and like another language that you know is really beneficial, not just for you, for your professional growth when you get out of the army, but it's like good because you're going to be talking to like people, and it can probably determine what assignment or place you're going to be going into. I'm pretty sure it's going to be considered whenever you try to put in a request, you know, like I want to get stationed in Germany. If you speak Deutsch, that's probably going to be like a plus for you. But let me read you guys this part now. This is from Army Regulation 601-210. This is going to be from Chapter 2-8. It's going to be on the letter B portion. applicant must have the ability to read, write, and speak sufficient English to understand the oath of enlistment and the pre-enlistment interview. So basically, there you guys go. It's basically stating again that you really have to know English. But don't fret if you're not really good at English. Heck, I'm not even good at English, just to tell you the truth. And there's a lot of people in the Army who's not really proficient in English. But there's classes to take, ESL, English as a second language classes, or just try to conversate with someone and just try to hone your skills. If you have a buddy that's really good at English, or you watch movies or something, there's a lot of ways. Rosetta Stone, I guess, I don't even know, but there's a lot of ways to learn English. And now that, let's say you are in the Army right now, I get a lot of questions also, like, what if I have another set of language, right? Like me, just another example, me. I speak Tagalog, but before I could get paid for Tagalog, I guess it's a bad example. Let's say I speak Swahili, like really proficient. I can get paid extra for Swahili. I will give you guys a little screenshot. I can't really find a really accurate, like how do you call this, regulation or piece of information to show you the actual list of accepted languages that are critical. But this, okay, give you guys a screenshot. But this screenshot right here is basically if the language that you speak or you're really fluent at is under category A and you score, let's say, 3-3. You see it there, 3-3. For Tagalog, I am a 3-3. That means I can read, write, and speak Tagalog fluently. And if it was under category A, let's just say Tagalog, just for example, it was under category A, I get paid extra $400 a month. Imagine that. I'm pretty sure Swahili or any Middle Eastern languages like Pashto or Dari will fall under that. And then it goes on over there, category B. It really depends. This is changing a lot. This is not really accurate, but this is just one of the information that I was able to get from the internet. Again, because I don't have capabilities, because I am not S1. I don't work at HRC. I am probably throwing you guys a lot of acronyms that you don't know, but that's what that is. Basically, if you speak another language, once you go to your first unit, make sure tell your NCO that you want to go to S1 and you speak another language, and they'll set up a 4187 for you, personal action, turn it in, all that, sign it by the commander, go to the education center, and then set up an appointment, and then you take the test. All right? For the testing, there's different scores, like what I said. For Tagalog, you only get tested for listening and reading. Some of these languages, like Pashto, when I took the OPA for the Pashto, I was tested for oral communication. It's called OPI. I actually forgot what OPI stands for, but it's basically an oral test where you talk to someone over the phone and, just try to introduce yourself and carry a conversation. It is really hard. It is really, really hard to learn another language, especially if you're not really good at it, like no background whatsoever. But it's doable as long as you have the determination and you really want to learn that other language. Some tests, some languages can probably like make you do a written, a reading, and writing, and probably an OPA as well. It really depends. Again, I am not S1, I'm not from HRC. I can't really give you like accurate information, but you guys have been asking about like as much as possible, like in detail stuff that I have, so that's what that is. KISS, keep it simple and stupid, like what I said in the last video. But for Tagalog, from what I remember, I was getting 300 every month when I scored 3-3, and you have to recertify every month. And the pay that you get is basically called Foreign Language Proficiency Bonus. That's what it is. As you can see it on the screenshot also. And the test that you're going to be taking is the Defense Language Proficiency Test, DLPT. So if you hear DLPT or FLPB, that is talking about extra pay or knowing another language. All right. So I hope you guys got something out of that. It's like what I said, the channel is changing still. It's not always Army stuff. Today I felt like doing Army. It's just what I feel like doing that day, and it's like something really informational, So I did pull out all the resources for you guys. So just Google it, find all the ARs, Army regulations. Some Army regulations you can't really see if you don't have a CAC card, meaning you don't have the authority or you don't have the rights to see it, because you can't. So if that's the case, you can't. So just use public domain on the internet, whatever they supply you, and then once you get to your first unit, first duty station, then you can go. Again, these tips and tricks and advices that I'm giving you from this channel is just to aid you once you get to your first unit, what to expect as a soldier, like what are basically eating DFAC food right now, which is not bad. Burgers and fries, who would have thought? If you had no idea what the Army eats, burgers and fries. What's up? That is it for today. You know, again, expect more videos, not just army stuff, but non-army stuff as well. We're branching out, giving it a little bit more variety, and I got a really special video tomorrow, another story time, and it's kind of personal again, and I hope Floor doesn't get mad. That's it for today. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button because it helps the channel a lot, and we've been getting like a lot of great feedback lately. Make sure you subscribe and hit that sprocket or gear that looks like, you know, a little thing beside the subscribe button so you get notified, so you're going to be part of the notification squad. That's it for today. ARCHIEzzle out. Also in the army, we have something called OPSEC, Operations Security. Meaning everything that I put out, if I posted a clip or a video of being somewhere on post or talked